This is Jack back with Hawaii Prep Game Week on OC Sports, and my guest today is Iolani head coach Wendell Look. And Wendell, what's been the message over the last 4 weeks? What's been the most biggest point of emphasis?
Well, our message to our kids is always, we're going to work hard and control what we can control. We can control our effort on the field in practice, our attitude, and we can't be worried too much about our opponent, but we can control how we mentally prepare, physically prepare, and execute. And so, our kids have been focused on that.
Over the last decade in particular, your identity here has been tied into your offense a lot, the spread offense. And I know you spent some time at Northwestern back in 2001 after they had just won the Big Ten with their version of the spread. And I know you visited with the late Randy Walker and his staff. How important was that for the development of your own offense here at Iolani?
It was crucial. That was the foundation for our offense, and what has evolved to now came from Northwestern. And the reason why we chose Northwestern is that they're very similar to our school, where they have high academics, they got great motivated students, and I thought the match was perfect, and it has been. Their offense fit in with our kids perfectly. And we felt that if they could win the Big Ten championship, going against the likes of Michigan, Michigan State, those people that we could compete in the ILH and in the state using their system.
And what's been the strength of your offense so far here in 2012?
Well, I think we've got key people in the right spots. We've got our quarterback Reese Foy, who's been a 3-year starter for us. He's got pretty good understanding of the offense and runs it well. He's got some weapons on the outside, and then our running game isn't where we want it to be, but it's getting better. Our offensive line has been the big question mark, and again, we only had one returning starter from last year, but yet they're able to execute, and again they're getting much better.
Conditioning is always a large part of having a good spread attack. Did you feel like your kids bought in the weeks and months leading up to the season? Was it a good, productive off season for your kids?
Yes, they worked hard over the summer, and our strength and conditioning coach Dominic Kahuna, again, I've given him all the credit for our success over these years. Besides getting the offense from Northwestern, I think the number one factor has been Coach Ahuna, the work that he has done with these kids, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. He gets them prepared to endure the long ILH season, and he gets them in great shape, physical conditioning, and strength-wise. Again, we might have a 135-pound player, but he's going to be as strong as a 135-pound player can be.
How about looking at the defense? How would you assess the play of the defense so far? That will obviously be a key Thursday night when you head to Kamehameha.
Although the defense has given up some points in the preseason, I think that they're slowly getting their rhythm. They're getting their feel of the scheme. We're going to rely heavily on them. They've got a lot of returnees on that side of the ball. The first game against Pac-5 was indication of what they can do. They shut Pac-5 down and kept us in the game, and I think that was the big reason why we were able to win that game. They came through in clutch times. They're playing together as a unit now.
Who's been your most consistent performer, would you say, so far in 2012?
Well, I think if you look at it as a whole, the offense has been productive. Reese has been, like I said, in great command of the offense. He's making great decisions. And again, when a quarterback makes good decisions for you, the offense is going to run. Defensively, like I said, I think they're playing well as a unit now. And, we expect great things from them in the near future.
Who's the player on the Iolani roster that maybe we're not as aware of who's ready for a breakout game?
Again, we really don't rely or predict, on one guy. I think, we always talk about how everybody's role on this team is important, and whether they contribute Monday through Thursday to get the team ready to play on Friday, and then they don't get to play on Friday, that's just as important as the guy going out that gets to play every rep on Friday night. You know, everybody's role is important for us. Who's going to have a breakout game or season? It's hard to predict. It changes every week by week for us. But you know, again, if they can play together as a team, you know, I think that's the key thing for us.
As you get ready for this game on Thursday, based on what you've seen of Kamehameha and the film that you've watched of your own team, what area in particular do you have to be solid with to give yourselves a chance to win?
Well, I think it's always a challenge to play a team like Kamehameha. You know, they're well coached, they're physically and athletically, you know, talented. We're going to have to play, you know, mentally and physically, you know, a pretty flawless game to compete with them. And always going to someone's home field is a tough deal, but even more so playing a Division I team like Kamehameha.
My guest has been head coach Wendell. Look, we're at Iolani. Big game with Kamehameha Thursday. You're watching Hawaii Prep Game Week on OC Sports.